Hi everyone, it's me, Elizabeth Signs, aka Fairy Woman, and here we are at day 13. This is the last chapter of the Fairies Guide to Being Human book before we go into the 30 days of the workbook. So in the workbook it is chapter 13, and I wanted to talk about for a minute. This goes into talk about setting your dreams and goals and heading forward. And the interesting thing, I hadn't really planned it this way. I mean, I hadn't thought about this when I was planning this out, but we started this 13 days ago, so that is right around the time of the new moon. And the new moon is all about setting intention, planting your seeds, getting kind of figuring out what it is you want. And so if you started this with me then, right when we started, then you set that intention right around the new moon of wanting to clear your emotional stuff, to get connected to the fairies deeper, to clear your path and go deeper spiritually. And so here we are on day 13, and the full moon is tonight. And you have this whole message it's about to read about success and really embracing your wholeness and taking steps toward your dream and goal. And then the next picture in the workbook is the full moon picture. I just found that all very beautiful. It's like I planned it and I didn't, so that part always is nice. So chapter 13, fairy message. You are embracing your wholeness. You are whole and complete, and it is time for your awareness to accept this. You do not need to fix more, learn more, or find something else to do what you came here to do. Stop waiting for perfect conditions and just start. Take that leap off the edge. We will be flying alongside of you. There will never be the perfect situation in which you will feel safe to move forward. You will never feel 100% safe in taking the next step because it is so unknown to our ego consciousness and our past experiences. This does not mean it is dangerous. It just means you will not feel safe. We see the way forward and it is very clear. Believe in the magical life that you have created. Believe in the divine power that lives within you. Trust us to help you along the way. It is time. The fairies. And, I've had this conversation with a few different people recently talking about moving forward from here in our society. And people are like, let's just go back to the way it was, or do we stay in lockdown? And I just, there's no going back to the way it was. It's just not possible. When society has this kind of upheaval, this kind of tragedy, this kind of mass change, there's no way we can go right back to business as usual. Instead, we have to start embracing this shift and this change that is happening. And I don't think anyone knows. I mean, who knows our world's gonna look like in 2 months? I have no idea, and that's really scary to a lot of people. So, I mean, I think naturally as humans we like to have a little bit of sense of knowing, of control. We think if we know what's going to happen, then we have some kind of control over the situation, then we're safe and secure. And the whole world is thrown into this just complete unknown right now. And so there's a very core natural instinct level that we are afraid. And you're seeing people just freak out all over the place because of that in weird ways. And I find that a lot of those freak outs are people like they're looking for a way to feel in control in their life, and they're looking for a way to express their anger and blame somebody. And so like they do it to somebody at the grocery store or the person at the pharmacy, or some very inappropriate place that was where they're exploding because they feel so out of control in their own life and in themselves. So I think we have to kind of see that and have compassion for that, and keep ourselves in check in that too, where I think all of us, I mean, I definitely have a couple nights ago when I was talking with my husband, I just said, there's a part of me that's just scared, and I can't even tell you like why I'm scared, because a lot, like in the headway, I know we're fine, we're protected, but there's a part of me that's just scared because it doesn't know what's happening, and I don't know how to prepare my children for the next few years. I don't know how to, what I'm going to need to do to take care of my family. It's like your brain can go there. Don't let your brain go there. I think it's really important for us to get into that place of faith and trust that, we're all collectively, humanity is taking this leap off of the cliff right now. We don't know where we're going, but we have to keep moving forward. And I don't think anyone has the answers right now. But we can check in with our own feelings, our own truth, our own integrity, and make choices from that space. And I think it's actually opened up a lot of freedom for people where they were staying in relationships or jobs or different things because they felt like they had to, and this just like blew everything up, where that job's just gone now, or that relationship hit its wall, and like it's obviously not going to work. It's like we have this whole space where it gave us the time and space to look very clearly at things and make the decisions about how to move forward. So the action step for today. Today, take one small step towards your dream or goal. It could be as simple as realizing that you are what you're already doing to achieve that dream, and acknowledging yourself for how hard you work on it. Just do one thing. Make a call. Send an email. Write that first page. Take those first small steps. Whatever they are, you can do this. You are awesome. It is something that I talk with people, especially like my Reiki students, but a lot of other people too, when they're trying to move forward on some kind of dream or start a business or any of those things. You can get overwhelmed looking at all of it, and there are times you feel like you can't figure out, like, I don't know how to do all of these things. Well, take the parts that you do know how to do. If you're looking for clarity, or you're not sure about things and you're not sure, you don't have to make all the choices at once. You can just do the small things that could be achieved now. And sometimes that also, there's a phrase about swallow the frog first, I think is what it's called. And it's like, do the hard thing first and just get it out of the way and over with. And then it makes it easier to do the things after that. So if there's something that feels particularly overwhelming or scary, that might be the first thing to tackle, just because once you get that out of the way, the other steps feel that much easier. But also, be gentle with yourself. If you can just do the one thing. Like me with these videos, I thought I was going to start it way earlier than I did, but I had all kinds of problems and things, bigger learning curve than I realized. And I also got to a point where I was like, I just have to try making these and posting. They're not going to be perfect. This just a couple days ago, my husband had ordered me lights. They finally came in, and the lighting got a little bit better. And soon I'll be upgrading my phone, and the filming will be a little better. And I'm learning to edit so I can fix things when they go wrong, unlike I did the other night. But it's okay, because right now I'm just going to do the best I can with what I have, and I'm doing those small steps forward because I feel like this information needs to get out into the world, and there are people who are benefiting from it. So don't let perfection get in the way of you being able to put yourself out there. Yes, it's always good to strive for the best and put out the best quality you can, but that also can get to a point where it blocks you. And for me, my whole 16 years of doing this work, I've finally started finding the balance in that, and finding the place of good enough to move forward, and I can keep building on it later. I always like the phrase, be brave enough to suck at something new. And I have definitely lived by that phrase very strongly, and have sucked at a whole lot of things. But, I've learned, and I've learned a lot how to do a lot of things, and know a whole jack of trades in some ways, things because of that. So I encourage you to try something new, even if you're going to suck at it, just for the fact of trying it. And I hope that you have a magical day. I will see you tomorrow.